Hi, my name's Andrew Basham, and I'll be talking about Audism in this video. Audism is the notion that one is superior based on one's ability to hear, or an attitude based on pathological thinking which results in a negative stigma toward anyone who does not hear. Three notions of Audism from the Oxford Journals include the notion that one is superior based on one's ability to hear or behave in the manner of one who hears, a system of advantages based on hearing ability, a metaphysical orientation that links human identity with speech. Audism is the belief that life without hearing is futile and miserable, that hearing loss is a tragedy, and that deaf people should struggle to be as much like hearing people as possible. Audism is the hearing way of dominating, restructuring, and exercising authority over the deaf community. It includes such professional people as administrators of schools for deaf children and of training programs for deaf adults, interpreters, some audiologists, speech therapists, otologists, psychologists, psychiatrists, librarians, researchers, social workers, and hearing aid specialists. The term Audism was coined by Tom Humphreys in communicating across cultures and language learning. Humphreys originally applied Audism to individual practices and attitudes, but Harlan Lane and others have broadened its scope to include institutional and group attitudes, practices, and oppression of deaf persons. Audism can come in many forms: not signing in the presence of deaf individuals when you know how to sign, negative expectations or views of those who cannot speak with their voices, ignoring or not providing reasonable accommodations for deaf or hard of hearing people, inappropriate, negative, or lower expectations of success held by some professionals, viewing hearing people and hearing culture as superior to deaf or hard of hearing people and deaf culture, not allowing deaf people's input or their rise to positions of authority, parents of deaf children who insist on forcing their children to conform only to the hearing culture instead of allowing the child to belong to deaf culture because the parent sees the child as limited by a nonverbal community. In family situations, Audism looks like a lack of communication, a lack of support, being left out of conversations, and family Audism can sound like, "You wouldn't understand," "It's boring," "Wait a minute," "Never mind," and "Tell you later." Feeling isolated and left out. 69% of deaf children live in homes where members do not use sign language regularly. Deaf people have pride in and a sense of belonging to their culture. They may feel autists are attempting to destroy or oppress deaf culture. Some hearing people want deaf people to be just like these hearing people. These people believe deaf people must conform and adopt English, lip reading, and speech. These people do not accept deaf culture. An autist is someone who has been around deaf or hard of hearing people, been educated about appropriate expectations or perspectives, and knows the difference between discriminating or prejudice towards a deaf or hard of hearing person, yet continues to act superior, belittles, looks down upon, makes negative comments about, or does not respect people who are deaf or hard of hearing. The most important statement concerning the Audism movement is that discrimination is real, and deaf individuals, well, they're human too, and no one deserves to be discriminated against for something that's part of his or her culture. Thank you.